Today we are going to talk about communication between the 20th century and the 21st century. So, what does it mean? Can you explain it to all the audience, Phương Anh?
Of course, this title talks about conversation between people born in the 20th century and those born in the 21st century. What they have in common is that they are not in tune in thinking, leading to conflicts, the more visible being a family today.
These conflicts are usually easy to start with and will end quickly if they both conditioned to discuss together. But as long as one of the children have the both thought, the argument will be taken further. The cause of this conflict is often the way parents or that parents have begun to worry when they no longer have control over the children's behavior. There are also types of malicious parents who often compare the children with others, which will cause the children's confidence gradually disappear. Or there are parents who always cause the children like, you will do nothing when you go out into society, which also indirectly make the children more self-deprecating. And the children will always think that there's nothing I can do, so I never do anything anymore.
Correctly. They will express themselves like having their thoughts more and more, right?
I couldn't agree more.
Well, parents are always the ones who love and care for the children the most and are a solid spiritual support for the children, but sometimes if you accept the attention, it's not good for the children. Let's make them feel uncomfortable and the relationship between the two will become more distant. So, do you know the real reason that make parents and the children become separated?
Maybe yes. I look at reasons that parents forbid their children to do what they like, to strictly with their children that make them have a lot of pressure and gradually become shy. I also have in mind that the age gap between parents and children make them have different thoughts, lead to not understanding each other.
That's right. Parents who tend to control their children. When they try to always do their own thing, even controlling parents invade their children's privacy, making them a role model that's not wrong without letting them live their life. They want to turn their child into a dream fulfillment machine, dreams that they have been able to fulfill.
The children will continue to rely on their parents. There are cases where they live escape the constraint of their parents, but there are cases where they are not able to do it, forever living in the arrangement of their parents, causing the children and grandchildren to have the same thing. A family lives to be a machine that feels real. No one wants to live under the imposition of others or themselves, so don't force anyone to live as we want.
Yes, but it is also impossible to say that because of parents. We also need to talk about the children. The young people are the new generation. They have new lifestyle thoughts, always have a desire to promote themselves, want to be treated like an adult. They tend to understand new things very quickly, but very massively and not screamed. They don't know how to distill good and beautiful information, so that parents who want to have their children to understand that, the children think they are forbidding them from doing what they like, not respecting their dreams.
That says, the children also react vehemently when their parents give useful advice. So a musician by arguing, threatening, or even having people resorting to violence. What an act worthy of condemnation.
Yes, that's so terrible. I think we should be careful in choosing our relationship so as not to betray intent or perception in a bad way. We need to humble ourselves a little because our parents are still a little more difficult than us. We need to make them understand little by little, not forcing them to accept something that has never been in their life.
So, when we have argument with our parents, apologize right or wrong because they have sacrificed too much. That little apology doesn't take long. Try to tell them not to be silent for too long, because the longer you are silent, the problem will be more difficult to solve.
Well, when a discord occurs, both of them need to calm down and control their emotions so that no one will hurt the other. If both sides are completely dominated by emotion, the relationship between the two will become more and more distant.
Parents should not let their children see the world with their eyes. Everybody have a different vision of the world around them. We have to figure out what the other person wants to be able to live in harmony with each other.
Yeah, let's see each other as friends. Let us speak about the thoughts and intentionality in our hearts to bring the family closer. For the most part, we all need to lower our self-esteem to see our problem clearly. Each of us is a separate being, so don't impose our thoughts on others. And don't think you are right. Look back at your mistake to say sorry at the right time.
Never be built into silence. Never allow yourself to be made a victim. Accept no one definition of your life. Define yourself. That's all.
Thank you for your attention.